Letting go of the past, the basis for building up. The act of building and dismantling foreign structures may seem like two separate ideas, but they are actually part of a continuous cycle. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred. We only borrow things in this world and take small pieces of life as we move forward. The remains we leave behind may bring up emotions as we watch them disappear, but they also help us grow and prepare for the present. Even though it may be difficult to let go of the past, it is necessary for progress and development. Therefore, tearing down is actually the basis for building up. I have developed a strong interest in giving up control, which has been a personal challenge for me. Our words reveal our true nature, and as humans, we are like projectors with eyes. I am excited about expanding my message and brand to help more people and add more value, but I am also hesitant about giving up some creative control. It is impossible to grow while sticking to the same old approach. This is not a new problem, but it is a personal one for me. The truth is that it is clear that we must let go of things to make room for more. I need to have a conversation with myself to determine what I am willing to let go of, as there are things that must be cut loose. Although these conversations may be uncomfortable, they are important for transferring positive qualities. While self-awareness can be painful, it is better than living in a state of denial. Therefore, I ask the following questions. Have you recently had a conversation with yourself? Are your actions in line with your goals? Are you holding on to unnecessary things? Are you willing to let go of them to start anew? Life is cyclical, and it's easy to become complacent and forget to let go of the past. Gary Keller explains that a small action can lead to a larger one, and if the size of the action is increased, it can have a significant impact. For example, the 23rd action could knock over the Eiffel Tower, the 31st could be as tall as Everest, and the 57th could bridge the gap between the Earth and the Moon. It is important to recognize that significant change happens when there is a 50% increase from one domino to the next, rather than just staying the same size. Keeping too many elements of the creative process can impede progress and hinder the desired result. To create something new, the old must be let go, and its worth lies in laying the groundwork for future greatness. The path ahead may have different qualities, but the same principles still apply. It is crucial to understand that the energy from the past can be transferred to something much bigger than itself.
We must not let fear hold us back from living life to the fullest and growing as individuals. Holding on to outdated beliefs and practices can hinder our progress, so we must be willing to let go of what no longer serves us. Although it may be difficult to leave the past behind, it is necessary in order to embark on new adventures and create a beautiful life. I recently spoke with a friend who rediscovered his passion for fitness after a challenging period in his life. Despite his busy schedule, he was able to establish a workout routine by finding a gym with a daycare, which led to increased happiness and self-confidence. Small actions and decisions can have a powerful impact on our overall well-being. I told him that I plan to use his rock analogy on our YouTube podcast, as I believe it is an effective way to bring about significant change. He explains that progress is not about gaining more resources, but rather about recognizing and eliminating obstacles that hinder growth. Although it may be tempting to make things more complex, I think it's better to simplify the process of identifying and removing obstacles. Humans tend to create stories based on limited information, so simplifying the process can help us gain momentum and a sense of progress, which ultimately shapes our identity. In order for humans to experience happiness, it is important for them to pursue purpose and growth. The issue is not being stuck in a situation, but rather the lack of progress towards what truly matters. To overcome this, it is necessary to remove limiting beliefs and identify the main obstacle preventing progress. Simplifying the situation and focusing on one thing at a time can lead to momentum and excitement. Progress is key to feeling invigorated and finding solutions. Believing in oneself and taking action are powerful tools. It is important to take one small step towards the goal, as movement often brings clarity and understanding. The journey itself provides answers, so it is crucial to focus on taking steps down the path without setting unrealistic expectations or being overly critical. To move forward, it is essential to identify where one wants to be and what steps are needed to get there. Having faith in oneself and taking action can be very effective. It's important not to get discouraged by the distance to the top or the time it takes to achieve change. The key is to start with a small step that will allow you to move towards your goal. Moving forward can bring clarity and understanding that you may not have had before. It's important to understand that you won't have all the answers and that the journey itself will provide them. Therefore, focus on taking steps towards your goal without being too critical or setting unrealistic expectations. Simplifying complex situations and removing distractions is a skill that has helped humans survive for thousands of years. To move forward, you need to identify where you want to be and what steps you need to take to get there.
The recurring themes in my videos and podcast episodes often center around control and agency, the potential benefits of fear, and the idea that one's past does not define them. In this episode, I emphasize the importance of being the author of your own story. You don't need to have everything planned out, as ideas and character development will come naturally as you write. The key is to identify the starting point and take advantage of hidden opportunities. As Viktor Frankl once said, we have the power to choose our response in the space between stimulus and response, and this is where our growth and freedom lie. Our perception of reality depends on the details we focus on, and we have the power to choose which details to use in telling our story. The importance of one's emotional state cannot be overstated, as it can often lead to feelings of disappointment or being stuck. While these emotions are valid, it is important to acknowledge that one does not have to remain in that state. The way in which one perceives their situation may not be the most helpful, and it is up to them to choose a different perspective. By doing so, one can create supporting details that align with their new narrative. This is similar to the phenomenon of seeing a particular car on the road more frequently after deciding to purchase it. This shift in focus changes one's reality, and the details will match their beliefs. Therefore, it is crucial to focus on the things that will move oneself forward, as they are undoubtedly present. Recently, we made dream catchers at a gathering, which was not something I ever thought I would do. Although my creation was not the most visually appealing, it was still mine. According to some Native American beliefs, dream catchers are meant to protect individuals from bad dreams that fill the night air. At first, I was fascinated by the nightmares and malevolent spirits, but eventually decided to move on from them. However, while on my flight home, I stumbled upon a small black and yellow dream catcher in my carry-on bag. Despite one of its strings being broken, I felt compelled to take it with me and reflect on my recent experiences during the 8.5-hour flight. This past week had been a departure from my usual routine, allowing me to gain new perspectives and insights. I had met amazing people, tried new things, visited new places, and tasted new foods, all of which made me realize that my worldview had become narrow over time. The flight back felt like the start of a new chapter, but I knew that it was up to me to make the most of it. While it's important to remove negative influences from our lives, we must also remember that what remains is simply an opportunity, not a guarantee of success. Ultimately, our lives are shaped by our own actions and choices.
To bring about change, it is necessary to take action rather than just having good intentions. Merely dreaming about something is not enough, as it needs to be realized and given shape. Growth is a collaborative effort between oneself and the opportunities that arise. It may not be perfect, but the aim is to embrace the chaos and commit to the unknown. Keeping track of progress is crucial as it increases awareness and helps to maintain focus. Daily measurements can be beneficial in promoting growth and keeping it at the forefront of one's mind. This is my reality, and it has given me the tools to improve my performance. Daily metrics have helped me find critical answers and arrive at important conclusions. By tracking my progress, I can identify trends and make informed decisions. This approach can be applied to other aspects of my life to achieve desired results. It's important to focus on what's important and eliminate what's not. By measuring our growth, we can arm ourselves with every advantage available to us. It's not a miracle we need, but awareness. Keep your eyes open and take small steps towards your goals. Sometimes, we don't need the universe to give us a break or the answer we've been desperately seeking. All we need are 3 words: don't give up. The right thing requires us to give all of ourselves, which can be exhausting and disheartening. However, we must continue to move forward towards what means something to us, even when circumstances are difficult. Moments of doubt and despair can lead to what we need most, as long as we don't run from what the world is trying to provide us. We must experience emptiness before we can become fulfilled and realize that there is always a way out. It may be easy to shut down when we're at our lowest, but that easy way evolves into something incredibly difficult.
Life is full of challenges and difficulties, but it is important to keep moving forward despite them. Lance Armstrong's quote about pain being temporary and the importance of not quitting is highlighted. In our darkest moments, it is crucial to stand up and keep going towards what matters. The world is described as a series of objects that only hold value because we place it upon them, and everyone is fighting their own battles. I encourage you to embrace the challenges and failures as opportunities for growth and to rise again when they fall. Keep moving forward and not give up, even when life feels overwhelming. The determining factor was not the tool itself, but rather how it was perceived and used based on one's vision and designated roles. We need to be reminded to make each day amazing because our evolutionary fear and desire for approval from others often lead to difficult and meaningful challenges. Our ancestors' need for safety and security in small groups has limited our talents, but we have the ability to create new worlds and strive for a more fulfilled, happier, and healthier version of ourselves. Even if our thoughts and actions do not lead to the desired outcome, they still move us forward in the game of life. We must find the courage to approach the doors that will open for us and seek out amazing experiences, whether we are enduring life's challenges or pursuing personal growth. Ultimately, we must choose to make each day amazing and continue the beautiful progression of life. The proposal is to receive support from the environment in order to achieve the desired objective. Rather than disregarding the specifics, consider them as valuable assets that can aid in accomplishing your aspirations. A picture with the phrase, "Make today amazing," displayed on a table serves as a prompt that life is primarily determined by personal decisions. With numerous opportunities available, it is a privilege to select a lifelong path, and embarking on this journey can be an exhilarating experience if you initiate the process.